since our dog Pineapple is so anxious about weather, storms, thunderstorms, fireworks, I have 10 different weather apps on my phone right now, and I'm trying to figure out which one is most accurate. And it seems like probably none of them are, and I'm not sure what the reason is. It seems like just a few months ago, these apps were a little bit better, and now they're always wrong, always. For the last month, 2 months, they've been wrong every single day. So today, the one that I thought was the most accurate said we would be having thunderstorms starting at 9 or 10 a.m. this morning and going all the way until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So basically 24 hours of thunder. So I've been working on this room down here, this tiny room in the basement, which is, pretty small and pretty tight quarters. And I've been trying to, it's the only room in the house with no window, so I've been trying to turn it into basically a shelter for him. We're calling it his little bedroom, and there's just a little couch in here. Oh, here he comes. Come on, buddy, come on. He wanted to come find me, I guess. So we've been down here the entire day today, basically since I went to work and grabbed my work computer so I could work from home, and we've been down here since about 10 a.m. I went up for lunch and left him down here, and he seemed to do okay. I could hear him barking when I went upstairs after a little while, so I know that this room is definitely not soundproof because I could hear him pretty clearly upstairs. Anyway, the point is that I spent the entire day working in here, and there turned out to never be any thunderstorms. It did rain off and on throughout the day, but I'm watching the apps and they're saying storms starting at 10, and then it changes to 11, and then it changes to 12, then it changed to 2 p.m., then it changed to 6 p.m. Right now it's calling for the next thunderstorm to start at 10 p.m. It's about 9:30 now, so I'm anxious that we're going to have a hard time tonight, because usually the storms come in the nighttime, and then that's when we need to be sleeping. I don't really want to lock him up in this little room all night long, but this might be what we have to do. Keep him as far away from the storms as possible. Anyway, this is supposed to be a channel about eBay and my eBay business, so I didn't do any eBay work today, even though I was home alone and I probably could have gotten away with it. I just worked on my my day job, but there were 5 sales that came in, and those orders need to be packed and shipped out tonight. So I'm going to see if he'll stay in here by himself, and then I'm gonna just go and grab these 5 orders and get them packed up. Right? Seem like a good idea to you? Okay, I pulled these 5 items that are going out tonight from my inventory, and I'm going to pack them up right now. Just as I walked into this kitchen, I thought I could hear thunder. So if they're saying the storm is coming at 10, it's 9:35 or 9:40 now. So that's pretty close, and maybe they're right this time, but well, let's look at it right now. Okay, so here I have 9 weather apps. I thought I had 10, but I have 9. So there's one called Carrot. This one's called My Radar. This is the National Weather Service. There's one called Rain Alarm, Shadow Weather. Then this is just like the regular weather one that comes with a phone. Weather Bug, Weather Underground, and then WX. These are all ones that were recommended to me. Yesterday, all these apps said there was not going to be any rain except for Shadow Weather, which said rain would be starting at 6 p.m., which was accurate. So I'm counting on this one to be the good one right now. And right now it just says rain all night and has no evidence of thunder anymore. No lightning bolts. So hopefully that's right. I mean, Pineapple doesn't really like just the rain either. He prefers there to be no weather at all. I don't blame him, because he knows what comes when it rains. He knows the thunder comes with it. So he's been doing okay today. We have him on multiple anxiety medications, and then keep him just as far away from the issues as possible. Seems to be doing okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens if we do get a real thunderstorms. Anyway, let's get the eBay app open here and figure out what has to be shipped. So, all right, the first thing that came out, the first thing that's going out is this CD set. I think it's like an audiobook. It's called The Jesus of Scripture by Reverend Donald Sr. I got this from a church that I mean, I don't know if going out of business is the right term, but there was a church that was out of business, and it had been out of business for several years. Finally the village where it's located bought the building and the property, and they're going to turn it into something else. So they had an estate sale trying to clean everything out. And I did get a lot of stuff there, and most of the stuff that was good, good quality, valuable stuff I've already sold. But I do have a few things like books and things that the priests, I guess, left behind, including this audiobook. So I sold this. I paid $1.43 for it, and I sold it for $20. That was in November of last year, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where I got this from. I definitely got it from an estate sale I wrote in my notes here. So even with notes, it's not always easy to remember where things came from and what the story was behind them, but I'm pretty sure this came from that church sale. It was a church and a rectory and a convent that had all three of those buildings open, and there was only one person running this sale. It was pretty crazy. I'm gonna write just CDs on here. All right, I'm thinking of moving this computer. Reminds me that I didn't put yesterday's numbers on the tally board, which is only two sales yesterday, which was Tuesday, which is strange. Usually Tuesday is my best day, so let's add those right now. Tuesday, 1, 2. So we'll add these sales from today, tomorrow, when we're sure that's the last. Those are all the sales that are coming. All right, now I'm going to move this so I can get to my scale. Okay, every day I'm coming down here and this scale is off. So I don't know if it's running on battery now and this outlet's not even doing anything. Let me try plugging it in over here. But this one is on a switch. Well, we'll leave it there. See what happens. Okay, CDs, they weigh only 12 ounces. This box is 10 by 7 by 3, and it's going to CC in Virginia. CC, my initials. Okay, I've got a stack of Kate DiCamillo books here. I like to do lots of books, especially by the same author or in the same series, because individually these books aren't worth selling. I couldn't even get $1 a piece for them probably, but together in a stack like this, I mean, I'm still not. It's not like I sold them for $100. I sold them for $20. But 8 books for $20. I got these books for free, so I'm not too concerned about maximizing the amount of money I sell them for. They're nice. These are like seemingly brand new condition, and I'm guessing they all came out kind of in a set, like a re-release of all of her books. I never read any of these, but I have kind of been interested in reading them. I think these books probably, maybe Winn-Dixie came out before, in the time when a person of my age might have been reading it, but I think probably not. I think all of these came out after I was reading children's books. I can't get this stretch wrap started. There it goes. They didn't really have, I don't know, these I guess are probably not, I don't know what the age range these books are intended for, but the idea of like young adult books didn't really exist when I was a young adult. It basically was like kids books and then like picture books, baby books, picture books, and then that was it until you were an adult. So I'm going to fit these in this box. This is probably not the ideal box to ship some books in, but I have it here and I'm going to use it. Okay, I can fit some paper in the bottom to fill this space up, and then put this one. There's a space on either end of these books, so I'm going to try to fill those gaps and then put this next bundle of books in and get some paper around that, and then call it good. If this box gets a big drop, some damage to it, it will definitely damage these books the way I'm shipping these. But I'm going to take the risk. I'm hearing rumbling, and we live relatively close to O'Hare Airport, so we do hear a lot of airplanes going by. Jessica, my wife, she thinks that pineapple is set off by the airplane noises. I've never really seen that happen, so she might be right, but I haven't seen it. So I'm either hearing thunder right now or airplanes, and I'm assuming it's an airplane because he's not running down here to find me. DiCamillo, something like that. This is pretty heavy, almost 5 pounds. And this is 13 by 11 by 3. I think I only did a flat rate of $5 on this for shipping, which was probably a mistake because they're pretty heavy. AH. So we'll find out in a little while how much money I'm losing on these because of that stupid flat rate shipping. All right, what's next? All right, here is a little bundle of vintage patches. They're just sort of random. Somebody gave me a box of toys and other things that they found in there. They were cleaning out their mother's basement or something like that. And these patches were in there. I don't know what they are. Swix, I haven't heard of that. I don't know what that is. I think this is Boston football. This is probably Chicago Cubs, the C. It just has an A. I don't know what that could be. This one says Gator, which is kind of cool. This would go around if you had a round patch, like a round one. Do you put these kind around it? So that one just says Gator with a apostrophe at the beginning. This looks like a golf club, I guess. Allstate. Anyway, it's just a random selection of vintage patches. These look pretty old, probably from the 70s. I didn't sell those for much, $10.99, but like I said, somebody gave them to me, so I was kind of surprised that anybody bought these. They've been listed since March of 2024, which is quite a long time ago. Sometimes I put cardboard in if I'm going to do an envelope, but in this case, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to double this pre-used Amazon mailer over, and this is going to be good enough. So it's going to be a short one tonight. We're just going to get through these last couple of orders, and then I'm going to buy shipping labels, and I'll tell you exact profits on each of these items and how much money that came in today after fees and everything. So I think it's going to be, let's do a prediction. It's kind of fun to do this. So let's say 78. I'm predicting $78 profit today, the second to the last day of the month. Okay, patches. That's going to weigh nothing, not even 1 ounce, 0.1 or just 1 ounce. This is 10 by 7 by 3, and who's it going to? JH. This is going to Florida. Used to be Florida was a real popular location for orders, but I haven't seen it that much recently, and I think it's because I used to see California, New York, Florida, and Texas were the primary locations I was shipping to. I would say probably 50% of all my packages were going to one of those 5 states, but I think since the postage increased last month or earlier this month, I think those people are shying away because it costs too much to mail to them. Okay, right inside here, I better open this, is a vintage, what else is it going to be? It's a Sony Watchman, a little TV. I took it outside and put the antenna up and I made a video of it when I was listing it, to show that it works and that it turns on and there's a screen that works, but I couldn't catch any signals. I don't know if that's not possible to get a signal on an antenna anymore, a television signal, but I couldn't get one. So either there's no signal to catch or the TV doesn't work. I'm not sure. I didn't pay much for this. I got this from a church. Did I get this from a church? In my notes it says garage sale, and it says I paid $1.43 for it in May, at the end of May. So this has only been listed a couple months. I didn't sell it for much, $33. I thought something like this would be more valuable just for that kind of nostalgia, but not as much as I expected. I have sold small TVs, like not this small, but like a little cube TVs that are probably like a 6-inch screen. I've sold those and I've done okay on them. So I expected these even smaller ones would be worth more, but nope. $30, $32.99 plus shipping. TV 1.2, 1 pound 2 ounces. That's going to be 2 pounds. 10 by 7 by 3. Whoops. And it's going to JH. Did I do a JH? No. Let me check to make sure this isn't the same person. No, it's not. This JH is in. This is the second time that I've had initials. 2 buyers with the same initials, so I have to put the state on here to make sure that I put the right label on the right package. This one's in LA, Louisiana. 2 JHs in one day. Doesn't seem like it would be likely for that to happen, but 2 times now. Okay, over here I have a naval uniform jacket, and I'm not sure if it's going to fit in this box, but I'm going to try it and hope that it does. This is a box that was on the outside of a bundle, and so it has some damage, making it a little bit hard to fold up, but we got it. See what I'm talking about? Torn. Some of the box companies send, they'll take a bundle and put it inside of another box, and then I'll reuse that box. So I like it when they do that. But some of them just put a strap around and put a label directly on the bundle and ship it that way, which isn't great. At least 2 boxes are going to get ruined. Okay, this is a Navy, let me look at my notes. DSCP Air Force Servicemen's Dress Coat. I don't remember what DSCP stands for. Maybe that's the brand. Yeah, DSCP Garment by Maryland Clothing Manufacturing. This is probably the number of the man, the serviceman. Anyway, I got this at a garage sale just around the corner. There's a guy here near me that does sales in his driveway. I don't know, 4 to 5 times each summer, maybe more than that. I usually just run into them when I'm walking the dog. It's a one-way street, and he always puts his sign with an arrow going the wrong way, and I just keep waiting for somebody to get in a car accident because they're turning to go to his garage sale, and I've been considering asking him to stop doing that because it seems like a safety hazard. But in any event, I've gone to his sale pretty much every time. It's usually him and like 4 of his friends. I think they might be like guys who do flea market or something, because they're all the guys. They seem like flea market guys. The stuff that they're selling seems like flea market stuff, and they have new stuff every couple of weeks when they do these sales. So the problem is they never put prices on anything, so you got to ask them about everything you want to get a price on, and most of the time they've asked too much, and so I have not. I've bought very little from their sale. Like, I think I bought I might have bought these 2 wrenches from him. I thought there was a snap-on socket wrench or something in one of these drawers that I bought from him. But anyway, I bought this jacket from him. I think he only wanted $5 for it. And then when I got it home, it had some, in the inside pockets, there were some naval patches. And so it's kind of like bonus. I could sell those separately. So this jacket sold, I paid $5 for it, sold for $43.99 plus shipping. It's gonna be relatively heavy, 3 pounds, 13, I got numbers in here, 13 by 10 by 6. And it's going to JG, at least it's not a JH, in Florida. So my second Florida. I don't need to write Florida on there. Okay, I'm going to buy these labels and get them stuck on here, and then I'll come back and tell you all about how much money we made. See if we can match this $78 or do better than my prediction. Okay, we're keeping it short tonight. We got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packages. They all have labels. They're all ready to go. I've already requested a porch pickup, so that'll happen tomorrow morning. And let's go to the spreadsheet and see how I did on my prediction. All right, we had 12 lectures on 4 DVDs about Jesus of Scripture. So it was not an audiobook, it's DVDs. That sold for $19.99 after subtracting cost of goods and shipping fees and eBay fees. We are at $14.64 profit. Next up, the DiCamillo books. I got those for free, sold them for $20. I put only a $5 shipping charge, $5.10, and it cost $8.22. So I'm over $3 on that. So I ended up only making $13.02 on those 8 books. But whatever, I got them for free. The vintage patches, I made $10.78. The Air Force jacket, $32.65, and then finally the Sony Watchman TV, $28.71. So we are at, right now, a total for the day, this is profit, $99.80. So more than $20 over what I was anticipating. So not too bad. I had a bad prediction, but I'd rather have it be bad in this direction than in the other direction. So almost $100. I have a good feeling. It's 10 p.m. right now. I have a good feeling that we're going to get another order or two before the end of the night, which is 2 p.m. according to eBay's rules. And then if we do, I'll pack it up and send it out tomorrow with these. For the average profit per day for every day of the month of July, we're at 108.49. So I'm shooting for 170. We're not going to get there this month. We only have one more day. Today's the 30th. And then, let's see. Let's go to, well, we'll save that for tomorrow. So that's it for tonight. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody who watches. There's some ways to help the channel out. One is to leave any kind of a comment. That definitely gets more views. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, you know, all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to build this channel, and I'm trying to earn $50,000 this year on eBay. So stick with me for the year, and hopefully we'll get there. Don't think we will, but hopefully we will. So again, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great night.